Greetings, fellow traders. Bubblehead here. It's time for the Lunchtime Market Update for Monday, July the 6th, 2020. I hope everybody's having a great trading day today. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice, so please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. All right, let's check and see where we are with the market here today. So SPX doing pretty good, right? So numbers-wise, we're up 40 points. A lot of this was due to the gap. So monthly chart green, weekly chart, right? We're trying to take out these levels right here. Let's see if we can take out that big weekly level. The daily chart, pretty interesting, right? So actually, narrow range day, right? Today's only 20-something points. Looks like we did get into this gap right here. Let's see if we close this gap, 31.89.49. 31. Yep. So the island gap, the island reversal top gap has been filled. So good job with that. So SPX did its job today. Upper shadow right there. Now let's see if we can get some strength to work its way to the top of the trend box and get this trend line shifted over so this trend box goes away and we can get fresh trend back. So they're not making it easy though. We're seeing a lot of different, some crazy price action on all that. So let's take a look here and see. So SPX, again, nice move into the upside right here. It's kind of been, creeping its way down here intraday. Let's take a look at the SPY and see how that's looking here this morning. Okay, so a little bit interesting, right? So they took a lot of meat off the bone for us last night. We talked about it as one of the things that we can't stand going into a big gap up day is they take a lot of the moves out pre-market and they give us a lot of just kind of choppy sloppiness to deal with on the intraday. Let's take a look at the S&P futures and see how that's looking here. So there has been some scalpy moves on this one. This is kind of one of the key things that we talked about today. We had a megaphone formation going in today between two major zones, and that just gives you really a lot of choppy price action. So it makes it very difficult to manage, right? So a lot of just scalpy type stuff today. Again, they did a huge move last night, and they took a lot of meat off the bone going in today. Same thing with the S&P, the micros. Okay, so again, right, same thing, just kind of just chopping around in this range right here. Now, sometimes the bigger the chop, the bigger the pop. So let's see what they have in store for today. We're just seeing a lot of fast moves to the downside and some big volume coming in here, towards the, as it's been pushing down. So very interesting stuff there on the MES. So let's take a look at the Qs and see how they're looking here today. So Qs have been the relative strength this morning, right? Basically, FANG has been bringing up the market today. We've got a few chart requests on that one, but we'll take a look at a few others here in a little bit. But those are the Qs on that one. So take a look at the IWM. IWM not playing along with the rest of the market right here. Banks are weak today, so just overall, right? It's a heavy market, but FANG is carrying it up again. So let's take a look at Apple. This is a good one for us this morning. We were able to catch this long at the open. We also reloaded on this one too for another nice move. And then there was also an opportunity here to reload again for another push to the upside. Now it's pulling back again on Apple. Tesla was super strong this morning. Some members did really well on this one. Bought a couple dips on the nice triangle right here for a great breakout on Tesla. As it squeezed out anybody, had a red day on Thursday, even though it was gapped up, right, and squeezed out any of those shorts who thought that was a hanging man on that one. So it's fresh all-time highs on Tesla today. Netflix is a big one too. We got a nice shout out in the group here this morning on Netflix for a potential squeeze to the upside. Really took out a couple major geometric lines, got really tight here, and then exploded out of that range and got to all-time highs on Netflix. Another one that was huge today. Again, all these ones is keeping the market up overall, especially the Qs. Amazon with a big move this morning, and Roku is another one that was strong that members did well on this morning. So nice breakout of Roku, nice consolidation right here for another pop, and now it's holding on to the 15 orb high right now. So let's see how that does going into the rest of the day. So we got a couple chart requests out there. I always appreciate that one. So we got PBR. Let's take a look at that one, see how that's doing. So PBR just is really kind of tight right here. A Brazilian name. Trying to get over this geometric line right here, but leaving you with an upper shadow. So just be careful with that one. Nikola. So Nikola looked pretty interesting. We talked about this on our bearish game plan radar going into today. Nice follow through from Thursday's lows to give us a nice move right here. And let's see how it handles that 53 level. Right now, it's below it. So Nikola not doing too hard right here, but good job on the short side. Workhorse. We're going to be keeping an eye on this one. It's down here today. It's pulling back a little bit. It's been a really strong name. Just kind of keep an eye on it. It's a engulfing candle right here. Let's see what kind of volume we get on it. See what kind of pullbacks we get to see if they become viable. Peloton, so it looks like Florida is closing up gyms again, or whatever the case is there, so that's helping some of the stay-at-home names, some of the zombie ETF names, like we like to call it. So a little bit of pullback here on Peloton right now, but it did hit a fresh all-time high on that, and definitely was liking that news. The semiconductors were strong today. Xilinx had an upgrade this morning. We talked about that today. Nice gap and go here today as it got over this pivot level and just working its way up nicely here this morning on Xilinx. Another electric car maker there, NIO. So a big gap up today, gave it a big push, right, and then upper shadow right now. So, but nice move on that. And then finally, Facebook. Again, Fang stocks, big move. This is actually shortable at the open. We pointed this out as a short in our group this morning, right? Gave a nice move down and then an epic bounce back up here today, all the way back up to Thursday's highs and kind of pulling off those levels there. So pretty amazing stuff, but we expected this kind of choppiness here in Facebook. Let's see if we can get strong again over the next couple days and try to get to back to all-time highs like some of its other friends. So anyway, good stuff, guys. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. Stay healthy out there, and remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys soon.